Right, just getting a post-match interview here at Hillgrounds after tonight's 4-0 win here against Kempston Rovers in the semi-final of the Bed Senior Cup. Start with you, Skip. A few demons from last season have been well and truly laid to rest tonight.
Yeah, I think that game semi-final last year has been mentioned a few times when we've gone into big games this season, because it's just a reminder. But that's history now. I thought the lads turned up today. It's a midweek game, so there's a bit of traffic on the road, so one or two were a little bit late, but you expect that. But I thought when they were in there, once we started talking, they were switched on, and they remembered last year. I mean, I don't think we could have played any worse last year, but this year we can play better than we did tonight. But that was a typical cup semi-final. You're only going to remember the scoreline. No matter how you play, it's about winning it, and getting the early goal, I think, settled everybody down. The funny thing was, I thought we played really well for 15 minutes, got the goal, and then suddenly Kempston come into it and had one or two chances and got enough corners and free kicks and were loading the box. And yeah, they was always interested in the game. The second goal calmed everybody down for half time, and then the whole second half is really who scores the first goal. Because if it goes 3-0, you fancy it, but if it goes 2-1, you're in a cup tie again. So, fair play to the lads. There was one or two throwing their bodies on the line. Dan Green's had to produce some saves in the second half. So anybody who just reads the scoreline is going to think that was quite emphatic and quite easy. But I'm going to sit there and say to you, it was far from it. They carried on. Fair play to Kempston, by the way, because they never gave up. And even at the death, they've had a goal disallowed that on another day could well have been given.
Well, he's just stole my next question again. Dave, I was just going to say, it wasn't really a 4-0 game, was it? I mean, we were clinical with our finishing tonight, and that was probably the difference. But if we hooked one off the line in the first half, and the young seven has gone through as well. If they go in, it's a completely different cup tie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, the seven went through like a bullet, and thankfully I think Dan's made a great save down to his right, I think, didn't he?
The hamstring would have been going if
you'd
have been defending
without
that,
a doubt. Certainly size he is, and he goes down like an oak tree. But you know, he's made him. I suppose you say he's made himself big, and he's made the guy make a decision. Truthfully, he probably could have run past him, couldn't he? Because once Dan's come, he's not going to change direction. So,
yeah.
So if you know they're going to be hypercritical, they'll say, should have just gone round him and rolled it in, but thankfully he didn't from our side of it. And you're right, it wasn't. Skip's just said the same. It wasn't. I don't think it was a 4-0, but we were. You say we was clinical. I think we wasted some other good opportunities to go and wrap the game up a little bit earlier. But you know, second half, and we just had a little bit of a moan because we felt that the last 20 minutes we were 3-0 up. We've lost concentration. We've got midfield players too far advanced, and Kempston kept coming. And if it's a foul on Dan, but if it counts at 3-1, then all of a sudden we get nervous. They've got nothing to lose. They put it in the box. Well, I thought the guy they brought on a sub, who played in the centre forward, was very good. I thought he caused us a lot of problems. We were just. I think the good thing today is that certainly the back four, they were prepared to throw bodies in front of balls, and we made one or two big blocks. Dan made one great block just on the edge of the box from a shot. So at least today, in terms of that, they were prepared to throw the bodies, put their bodies on the line and made two or three real good blocks. The Adam goal for us probably was the one that wrapped it up, but. Yeah, look, we've got these in a few weeks. We'll come here, and this is going to be a hard game. You know, everything we look at the moment with the 9 league games to go, we've got no easy games left. You know, Kempston Rovers are they just in the top half or there and thereabouts? And as we just said, they score. If they get that first goal and we hook one off the line, they could be 2-0 up, and we may be at the cup today. But worse than that. Now we've nicked this, we've got this result. What we don't want to be doing is coming into an important league game and not having the concentration right, and this time they get their goals. I think they're decent. We watched them a couple of times. I think Kempston are decent. Like all teams, they possibly lack maybe, I mean, to be fair to Hatchie is that guy, but maybe another lad alongside him to get 10 or 20 goals, and they're probably another 3 or 4 places up. They're a good side.
I say we often pick apart our performance and sort of critique things that we could maybe do better. But I think on the night, you probably, as I say, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story. You got to give Kempston a lot of credit. They made it a decent cup tie, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good cup tie. You had both sides. There was some tackles flying in. There was a bit of aggression. There was a bit of a needle. They had a bit of everything. And a game like that. My biggest concern with this group sometimes is we start slow and concede first. So to get the first goal, it settles us down. So all of a sudden we're actually able to. You've got a foot in the game and you're leading 1-0. Then of course it's don't do anything silly, because we are prone to try and play sometimes in the wrong areas at the wrong times. I mean, we wanted to play out from the back. You want to go from left to right, right to left. You want to go through the phases. We want to do that, but it's game picking and choosing. And I think Dave touched on it slightly there. The last 15 minutes, we've played a formation of 5-0-5. We're bombing forward. Everybody wants to get on the score sheet, which is a little bit blasé, because if they go and get one,
credit to them though. I mean, they've had. I mean, they're 3-0 down. They're still having a go.
Fair play to them. Yeah, I know. Again, I thought they actually played better at 3-0, because all of a sudden I thought they went a little bit long to start with, which suited us, because that's what we were expecting. And when they started to play it around and go side to side, they've got some players there that are going to cause teams a lot of headaches. I mean, the lad on the right wing, very, very good. I thought the centre halves were solid. They didn't do much wrong. I thought the guy up top, well, everyone knows about James Hatch. So just good performance. I mean, they've done fine. But on a night tonight, I prefer to talk about our lads, because they've won a semi-final.
It was a proper professional.
Yeah, and they've stood up, and there's been 1 or 2 tackles that you're thinking, on another day you might see a few extra cards. So they kept bouncing up, and I thought George Bailey was accepted, because he has took some hits today. And there's one in the first half where the guy has won the ball, but he's then followed through. And if you look at George's shin, he's got 4 stud marks all the way down from knee to ankle. So that should tell you that it weren't probably a fair challenge. But again, bounced up, carried on, didn't get involved with any antics, just played football. And again, when I think Dave alluded to, when Adam got the third, you just settled down. But again, we've been here before. I can't remember, 4 or 5 years ago in the last game of the season, we were 3-0 up with 5 minutes to go and lost. So me and Dave do tend to look at our clocks and watches and whatever. Even in injury time, we're sitting there thinking, don't concede. But no, fair play, and I'm looking forward to the final one. And that, can I just say, all the work that the committee and everybody's sponsors and those involved at the club, that night in the cup final, that'll be for them. Everybody gets involved in that, which is I think we're a family club, and it'll be a good night for everybody, win, lose or draw.
It's just next question I was just going to say, obviously we've had 2 semi-final defeats. How good does it feel to finally get over the line and be a finalist, and what a night it's going to be for us on the 21st of March?
Look, it's brilliant. It's I never got to the final when I was manager of Biggleswade Town. I've never even been close to it. We had 2 semi-final defeats in it, and we finally got there. I do honestly think we deserve to be there, but it's getting across the line. And look, we're going to meet one of 2 very big sides in the final. But what a day! We've earned it. It's great for the boys. I know they're real pleased. They wanted to win it a lot, and us 2 old fellas. It's important to us. I said to Skip, look, we're going to play a final at Luton Town. It's just as exciting for us to be involved in that. And as I say, like Skip said about the club, we've finally done it. We've got over the line. We may, who knows what happens in the final, but it's just great.
I'll tell you what's happening in the final. I'm up front, Dave's playing at the back, and if you want to sign on there, you can play wide right.
I was just going to say, has the suit already been measured up for already, Skip? I know you were obsessed with your suit for Wembley.
Yeah.
they haven't got enough material for my seat.
Congratulations, chap.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Thank